What tattoo is a turn-off? Anything poorly drawn. My ex was a hot guy. He got a wolf tattoo on his chest. It had crossed eyes and a fat weird face and for some reason pine trees embedded in the fur. Just, why? My neighbor got a wolf tat done when he was super drunk. Besides the fact that all the detail was blurry, the wolf had a short, stunted muzzle. It was like a pug with a glorious mane. I got this awesome visual of a pug standing on a mountain with his glorious mane flowing in the wind. That is not a bad idea. A pug on a cliff in front of a full moon. Giant pectoral swastika. It's going to be a maze. Some are natural jumpers. A place free from darkness. Random Chinese words on someone who has no idea what they even say. My mom is Chinese, and she had to stop herself from laughing because she saw a woman with a giant tattoo on her back in Chinese that meant slut. To be fair, that might have been intentional. I've seen a bunch of awful tats, and a lot of them are sexual in nature. Yeah, that might have been the case, but my mom asked her if she knew what it meant and the woman said, "Oh, I don't know." Ask the tattoo artist for a pretty word in Chinese. Whoever tattooed her probably just thought it was funny cause she didn't know. Now I want one that says, "I don't know," something Chinese. But there is too much risk of getting something like "I'm an idiot." Friend of mine from high school did that. He researched the characters, and got "I don't know" in Japanese on his shoulder. Specifically so he could just say "I don't know" when people asked him what it meant. Misspelled words. No regrets. We're the Millers is weirdly one of my favorite movies ever, and I think I'd want to talk to someone with that tattoo lol. I know everyone has different standards of quality and art is subjective, but I think, within reason of course, the worst tattoo is just a badly done one. Lacking a basic understanding of anatomy, bad shading, terrible line quality, patchy color, etc. I'm not a fan of certain tattoo styles, but if they're done well I can respect them. I knew a guy at work with an awfully drawn Belle, from Beauty and the Beast, tattoo on his inner forearm. A lot coworkers would make fun of his poor choice of artist/quality/style, just everything awful you can say about a tat, but he'd never say anything about it. It was a long while later I learned it was the last drawing his daughter made before a terrible hit-and-run accident. Never wanted to throw myself off a bridge quick enough for thinking so badly of a tat before. Holy shit, that went from 0 to 100 real fast. I'd feel like a monster in that position, poor guy. Nothing anyone could say could hurt more than losing a child. When I was changing with my boyfriend for the first time, he took off his pants and his entire upper left leg was covered with giant leopard spots. I almost screamed. Is he a trill? Ooh, jadzia baby. A marijuana plant. I like smoking weed myself and do often, but I wouldn't go as far as to tattoo it on me. Those I've seen get it tatted on them normally revolve their whole personality around weed, which is very dull in my opinion. Same goes for the people who wear marijuana leaf attire. My wife likes all that shit and brags how she's a bigger pothead than me, and I feel like a dick when I have to be like, okay? Like I have a job, I can't be strutting around in that shit lol. There's a place for stuff like that. Walking around a concert festival, right on bro, walking around everyday life, probably should pick a new shirt. I remember buying a black shirt with obnoxious neon green marijuana leaves all over it when I was 14, I'd kill to revisit 90s Hot Topic again. I didn't even smoke pot, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I shit you not. I had a coworker tell me she had marijuana leaves tatted by her snatchbox. Makes you wonder. Snatchbox 20. Property of, not your name. Property of, your name. Plot twist, they only date people with the same name so they don't need to remove the tattoo. My sister at 19 got a tattoo of Chrissy on the back of her neck for her girlfriend. They broke up a couple years later. She dated a lot of other girls, then at 35 married another Christina who she started calling Chrissy. 3 years later, they got divorced and she still has the tattoo. Wondering if she's going for the three-peat. Dick tattoo. My tattoo artist said he tatted a Louis Vuitton emblem on a guy's sack, because it was his designer bag. That's kind of fun. I'm here for that. Tattooing the sack does not sound fun at all. How do you even do it? Do you stretch it and clamp it to smooth it out, or do you just somehow work with the wrinkles? Clamp it. Ironically enough, porn and hentai tattoos. I get that some people enjoy porn, and some people are really into it, but getting it tattooed on you is just tasteless. Even worse if it's somewhere not easy to hide, like a forearm. What's gonna happen if you have kids? How are you going to explain that? What happens if you want to wear short sleeves? You can't, not without exposing explicit content to anyone around you that might see it. It's just gross emo. Immediate nope. Huge red flag. Edit, for all the people asking, I said ironically enough, I just meant cause porn is usually supposed to turn people on, but getting it tattooed on you is a major turn off. At a children's water park I saw this fucker who had 2 girls 69ing tattooed on his back and out on full display. Like Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're exposing fucking children to that shit. Was one an angel and one a devil? Quasi if so, that was my old general manager and he wasn't allowed to swim when his nieces and nephews without a shirt because of it. I knew a guy who had 2 angels 69ing on his upper arm. Dude rocked sleeveless shirts whenever he could and got ridiculously angry when employees at family restaurants and such asked him to cover it up. Just gross and inappropriate on so many levels. Agreed. Watch what you want, but getting porn tattooed is so nasty. It's also just uncomfortable. Agreed. I really don't have anything against porn in concept. The exploitation in the industry is problematic, though, I do, however, think people can engage in it at their discretion. I don't appreciate it being foisted upon people via tattoo. I feel the same way about drug culture and religion too. People don't have to agree with me, that's just how I feel. I once saw this guy's Tinder profile who had a tattoo of a cat on his stomach and his belly button was the cat's butthole. I once saw one on a chick's ass with Elmer Fudd pointing a gun at her asshole saying "Come out of there you wascally wabbit." Okay, that's trashy but hilarious. Just looked and didn't find any comments about tattoos I have. Phew. I did lol. Swastika with live, love, laugh underneath it? No regrets. Those giant last names ones in the ugly font on the forearm. Or upper back like it's their jersey. Only God can judge me. What about only Judy can judge me? No. That one is okay. Charles Manson's forehead swastika doesn't really get me hot. If you're gonna have a forehead tattoo, it should say poor impulse control. Because that's really what all forehead tattoos say. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for daily uploads. After you've done that, check out one of our other videos.